Hello again. Yesterday, I told a story which was quite difficult to really work out what the point of it was. You remember it was a story about a young man who so persuaded his girlfriend to become a Christian, I think, so persuaded her that she decided instead of marrying him, that she would become a nun. Well, that was quite difficult to work out what the point of it was really in our daily lives. But I think today's story is one which is much easier to work out and is really about how we um, deal with other people and how we look at other people. And it goes like this. Nasruddin had to work very hard in his fields on his farm, and he got really, really dirty by the end of the day. But he was due to go to a meal that night, and it would have taken him a bit longer to get home to change into his best clothes. And so he decided he would go in his dirty farming clothes to this meal in the sort of town hall. And he got there, and of course, everybody else was all dressed up, but he was in his old farming clothes. And nobody would make a space for him at the table because he looked so dirty and wasn't dressed up properly. And they handed him food, but they did it very ungraciously. And poor Nasruddin felt very bad indeed and felt awful. He felt really sort of rejected by everybody. So he decided that what he'd do is he had a bit to eat, so he'd actually go home and dress up. So he did that. He went home. It took him quickly. He did it, and he came back and he got all dressed up and in his very best clothes. And as soon as he got back, everybody was very pleased to see him because he looked so smart. And so they offered him somewhere to sit down, and they made a fuss of him. And what he did was that he took the food from the table and he started to put it in the pockets of his clothes. And everybody watched him. And in the end, everybody in the hall, and nobody was eating anymore. They were all watching um, Nasrudin just sticking the food into all his pockets. And then somebody said, What's he doing? Why are you putting all the food into your pockets? And he said, I'm feeding my coat. And they said, What do you mean you're feeding your coat? And he said, Well, when I came before, nobody would have anything to do with me because of how I looked. And now this time I come, dressed up in my best clothes and my nicest coat, everybody is very pleased to see me and everybody gives me food and offers me food. And so I realized that it's not me that people are wanting to feed, but it is my clothes, it is my nice coat. So there's a story. Wonder what you'll think of it. Good. Lovely to talk to you once more. Look after yourselves, please. Let me know if I can do anything for you. Please be in touch because it's pretty lovely to hear from you. God bless you. Continue to be the wonderful person you are and know how much you are important, how much you are loved, and that you are precious and unique and help everyone.